Okay, so today we are going to learn how to sequence 2 and 3 color patterns. And we've been working on the 2 color patterns. So let's review that really quick. So I have 2 colors. Which one do y'all want to be first?
Red.
Red? Okay. Well, green will be in there, so it'll be okay. So we have 1. That's 1 color. That's the first one. And then we have color number 2, right? And then what comes next?
Red.
Right. And then what's next?
Green.
All right, and you would follow that same pattern forever and ever and ever, right? Right. Okay. So now today we're going to learn how to add a 3rd color in there. So that'll be more fun. And this is going to be important because this is something that we're going to have to do in math. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you how this works. So this is our, we'll do number 1 right here. Now here's a 3 color pattern. So we have blue, green, and red. So we'll say this is number 1, blue is number 1, we'll say green is number 2, and we'll say red is number 3. So we have number 1, and then number 2, and number 3, right? All right. Now which color is going to come next?
Blue.
Right. No, not red.
Blue.
Why blue, Jessica?
Because it's the number 1 color.
Right.
What about number 1?
Now what?
Red.
Why do you say red, Nita?
I don't understand.
Okay, let's go over it again. So we have blue for number 1, right? So this is number 1. We have 3 colors. And then we have green for number 2, right? So there's 2. And here's red, number 3. And that's it. We have 1, 2, and 3. So if we have gone through number 1, number 2, and number 3, we're going to go back to number 1, right? Then what comes next? What's number 2?
Green.
Right. And then what would come next?
Red.
Red. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Do we need to go over it again? You want to switch it up and do a different pattern, like with a different orders of colors? Let's do that. So say green is number 1. And we'll do blue, that's not blue. Blue is number 2. And then we'll have red as number 3. So y'all, will you tell me what comes next? Green. Why? Because it's number 1. Now what? Blue. And then what comes last? Red. Why? Why does red come last?
Just the 3rd one.
Right. Good job. Okay. So now we're going to, I'm going to put you all into a group of 3 for 3 color patterns, right? Okay. So Nita, you're going to be number 1. Annalisa, you're going to be number 2. Jessica, you're going to be number 3. Now what we're going to do is y'all are going to decide, okay, if you're number 1, you're number 2, and you're number 3, how is the pattern going to go? So if y'all want to set up your pattern, so you have number 1, right? So what would your color come first?
Yes.
Okay, and your color is red, so it would go red, because red is number 1. Yeah, we can put them down if you want. Or we could, how about we color? Are we going to use this piece of paper? For who? Or can we use this piece of paper? Okay. Oh, okay, so you can. Okay, now who's number 2? Okay, and what color are you?
I'm green.
Okay, so number 2 is green. So green comes next. And now, good. So then what would happen? Nina would start over because she's number 1. And then what? Annalisa would go because she's number 2 and she has green. And then Jessica would go, that's right, because she's number 3 and number 3 is blue. So do y'all have any questions? Should we do one more on the board or are we good? What do you think?
Let's do one more.
Want to do one more on the paper? Okay. Why don't
On the
we?
paper.
Okay. All right. Annalisa, you're going to be number 1. Jessica, you're going to be number 2. And Nita, you're going to be number 3. So number 1 is going to be what color? Orange. So you start. That's it. All right, and number 2
Purple.
is going to be purple. And number 3 is yellow. So then what happens?
Annalisa.
That's right. You go back to number 1 with the same color, orange. And then you go with the purple, that's right. And then number 3. And now this pattern, does it go on and on forever and ever the same way? That's right, because patterns repeat themselves. All right, any questions?
No.
Okay, and tonight for homework, you're going to have some pattern activities that you can do, and they're going to be fun. And we'll review it tomorrow. That's it.